international masters both, Bobby Fischer and Oleg Neikirch. The titles in those days were quite sparse. And somebody commented that in those days, a national master could have been equivalent to an international master today, and an international master could have been equivalent to a grandmaster today. And that's very true. In fact, these are the elite. These are the ones who beat everybody else to get here. If this tournament were held today, they'd be all grandmasters. You wouldn't see an international master one in this stage of qualification, or it wouldn't be very likely. So when we talk about international master Oleg Nikolaev Neikirch and international master Robert James Fischer, you have to understand the context. Oleg Neikirch was born in Tbilisi. I think it's Tbilisi, Georgia. Born March 8, 1914, he passed away August 26, 1985. Born in Georgia, but he was Bulgarian. He moved to Bulgaria, I don't know when, but he became an international master not long before this event, previous year, 1957, and he was the Bulgarian chess champion 7 times, 1937, 38, 40, 43, 48, 53, and 57. 7-time national champion in Bulgaria. Bobby begins the game with e4, no surprise there. e5, knight f3, knight c6, and bishop b5, the Ruy Lopez opening. No surprise there either. Neikirch chooses the Berlin defense, knight f6, castles, and we have Rio gambit accepted. Ercole del Rio. Ercole del Rio lived from 1718 to 1802. An Italian lawyer and author, and chess player. He published a 110-page chess book in 1750, and Del Rio was known as the devil who could not be beaten. Quite a moniker there. I don't know that I'd want that name. d4 from Fischer, and knight to d6 is Lermai's variation, named for Rudolf Lermai. German first name, French last name, but he was a German chess master and composer of chess studies. He lived from December 28, 1859 to November 25, 1945, just a month shy of his 86th birthday. Lermai's variation, I gather his father was French and his mother German. Bishop takes knight here. Queen's pawn takes bishop. Pawn takes pawn. Knight f5. Queen e2 avoids a queen trade. Knight d4 demands a trade of knights as it hits the queen and the knight both. Knight takes the knight and queen takes the knight. Now here Bobby played knight c3, not the most common move. Better and more common is rook d1, hitting the queen. I don't know why that gets a question mark. It is the most common move and it hits the queen, doesn't it? Let me go back. Knight c3 is what he played. Bishop g4 hits the queen. Queen e3. Queens are traded on e3. Bishop recaptures. Bishop b4. Knight e4. Bishop f5. c3 hits the bishop here, and at some point, white can go ahead and play knight g3 as well. Well, Oleg, not liking that, takes the knight, and the bot calls for bishop e7. An interesting move, bishop e7, keeping control of this diagonal and preparing for a queenside castle. For example, knight g3 hitting the bishop, bishop d3 hitting the rook, rook d1, and then queenside castles. Back, 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 back. Not played here. Instead, bishop takes knight, pawn takes bishop. We already have opposite colored bishops. a5, pawn takes pawn, rook takes pawn. And Oleg says, Bobby, you look a bit jet-lagged. Would you like to call an early first-round draw and get some rest? And Bobby accepted that draw offer on move 16. I hope you don't feel cheated on this game. But first-round jitters getting worked out, I think, and definitely some jet lag could have been a factor.